I procrastinate a lot. Probably my middle name should be procrastination. If you are watching this, not only because of the title of the video, but you're just on YouTube in general, you probably procrastinate a lot. And we all understand how bad procrastination is for us. It really hasn't kicked in to me until like now how bad it is, because I truly feel that procrastination kills your potential. Down from like the smallest task that you have to do all the way to decisions that could absolutely change your life. No, for me, my procrastination is due to like a lot of things. Unfortunately, habits that I have still yet to break from my young days. I'm not trying to say like childhood, teenhood, early adulthood. Still have yet to break those things. So it's ingrained into me to do said things. There's a lot of cars in that driveway. What y'all got going on? Feels my procrastination is also just the self-doubt that I have in myself and my abilities. Whatever the task I have to do, sometimes I'm just overwhelmed. It's just too many things, even too many small things, and it just feels like, well, it doesn't matter if I like start the thing now or start it later, I'm never going to finish the thing, which is not true, because once you start a thing, you have a higher chance of finishing it. And I don't know how true that is, because for me, I start so many things and I don't finish them. But in a general sense, when you start something, you have a higher chance of finishing it. And when it comes to the big things, like, you know, the things that you have to do to achieve your goals and reach your dreams, of course, it's like 500 million steps that you have to do in order to get there or potentially get there. And it just feels so overwhelming and intimidating. So to soothe yourself is like, you know what, let me just like chill out, take a break, let me calm myself before I start doing the thing. But then you don't. At some point you just keep pushing it off and keep pushing it off. And it's like, are you ever going to do the thing? Are those dogs here? And then we think of the people who are already where we want to be, or just people who are at the top of whatever industry or thingamabob they're at, and thinking like, oh, I'll never get to their level, so why should I bother? Which, yeah, you won't ever get to their level because, one, you keep procrastinating, but also, their story is different, and their story, they got to their own top level. And I think we have this very warped perception of like people who are at the top and like how they got there, or I guess how they got there and what they did and stuff like that. Like Simone Biles doesn't do all the hard work and training because she is Simone Biles. She did all the hard work and training and failed probably a million times to become Simone Biles. And she still has to do all of that to still be Simone Biles. For actors, we have to do all the things that are like tedious to us and boring and stuff like that. But if you think all of the big famous actors, and also if you think of all the big actors who aren't famous because they are out there, they had to do all those other things as well. Those tedious, annoying, boring things to be able to become who they are. Why do we regular people think that once we get to where we want to be, that the work stops? I think it's because we want to hear that at some point the work does stop, but it doesn't. Like, I would love to be told that, like, yeah, once you get this really big agent and manager and you're in this big TV show, big movie, you don't have to work as hard. But in reality, that's not the case. Yes, I don't have to do the same exact things as everyone else, but I still have to work hard in other ways. And even if you have the skills to be able to do what you have to do, like on the fly, it doesn't mean that you could just chill, rest on your laurels. Abby Lee Miller would be proud of me. You know, that reminds me of, I think this interview that Matthew McConaughey did like a long time ago. I forgot exactly what it was about, but he was saying how he, you know, booked this gig and whatever he did in the audition You know, they really loved it. Oh, I think what it was is when he went into the audition and he got the sides, he actually didn't read the sides until right when he actually started the audition. So he booked the job. So he did the same thing was when he actually got the script. He didn't actually read or go over his lines or whatever. And then when he got to set and he finally looked at his lines, all of it was in Spanish. And of course he had to, you know, figure out how to do all that stuff. I'm kind of surprised that they still continue to have him on set if he didn't know the lines, especially in Spanish, but they did. And then after that, he was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and learn my lines every time. With someone like Matthew McConaughey, which he had to go through that experience to learn that, but for us, we don't have to go through that experience. So if Matthew McConaughey had to go through that experience and even at his level still knows to, you know, memorize his lines and do his research and all that stuff. Pretty much, who do us regular people think we are? And I know for some people that took more of a hit to their ego. I understand. Some of the things I say, I be taking a hit in my own ego. If you can't do it to yourself, how can you take it from anyone else? You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop procrastinating. Well, at least I know for me, I have to just take everything one little bit at a time. I know I'm gonna get overwhelmed. I know every task will lead me to another task. I know once I get to where I want to be, the work is never done. I know this. I just need to somehow embrace it. And every little task that you push off, it just adds more stress. Like right now, I have been putting off sewing a pair of pants that I been needing to sew for over a year. And now I'm going to go ahead and start sewing them. And it's because I want to wear them to my show on Sunday. But like my brain has made me think that the situation was more worse than what it actually was. Like I just took the pants out and looked at the hole. And I'm like, I could have finished this like a long time ago. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm stressing like over it. I'm like, I got to find my needle and thread, blah, 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 blah. I started already by taking the pants out of my closet. If I just start and just take it one step at a time, I'll be done and the stress will be over. I have to go around this detailing truck. And there's like 500 other things that I'm like procrastinating and pushing off to the side. But I think it's just like I'm getting aware of it and it's like I'm tired of it, you know? At some point you're going to get tired of it and you're going to want to do something about it. And honestly, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of stressing over things that I don't really need to stress over. Like, there's easy solutions to a lot of my problems. And of course, I have hard problems, not easy solutions, and I'm going to stress no matter what. But the ones that I can control and I could do something about, it's just like, let's just do it. Let's just get it done. I'm going to go. I hope this was helpful. I thought I had like a cohesive thought of what I was going to say. And that was until I walked outside and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to say. So yeah, also update on the toilet thing. We just got a whole new toilet. It's brand new. So yeah, and I'll leave a link to my show that's happening this Sunday. I forgot to put in the description yesterday, but I'll go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat, and I gotta sew these pants. Okay, bye.